Welcome back to another wine review. It is finally 2021 and I'm hoping that this year is better than 2020 was. I'm here with me, Sipp, Stahce, and SelB, and we are reviewing another wine for you guys. We have the Belaire Rosé, courtesy of the biggest fan of them, Rick Ross.
We made that music.
The boss.
Port of Miami.
Alright, and we're just going to get into this other wine. We're going to open it up on camera, you know.
A SippSation first.
Yes.
Woo!
We don't waste anything.
Ooh, it's so prepared.
I did not anticipate that happening.
Not at all. And it usually does
I
it
kind
for
of
us.
did.
All right, now we have it all poured up. Let's give it a taste. So bubbly.
See.
It's very bubbly. But it's rosé. I like it.
Sparkling rosé. It's a pretty much a champagne. So let's get into that a little bit. We technically can't call it a champagne because it's from Burgundy, France. Real, true champagnes are from Champagne, France. But we can get away with it. They actually stock this in the section of champagne and sparkling wines. So the only difference is that this is not technically from Champagne, France. It's from a neighboring city in Burgundy. And they're actually just as good. They just can't technically market themselves as champagne, if that makes sense.
Right.
But it's very sparkling.
It
I mean,
is.
it's very, you can take some hints of fruit in there.
Okay.
Can you? Maybe a fruit bouquet, maybe some strawberries, a little bit of black currant in there.
Yeah, that black currant again.
Definitely.
Ooh.
We're
This
just
is very delicious.
currant.
We-
The black currant.
Well, let's see what you're doing there, Rose. Let's see what you're doing.
And it is 12.5% and roughly around $30 in the store. So a little bit higher on our price range than we normally do because we like hanging y'all with the $10 or around that.
In
But
the spirit of washing out 2020,
Yes.
we're willing to spend that little extra.
Yes.
Let's get rid of 2020. Let's celebrate with a little bit more.
definitely, and we're definitely gonna link, Rick Ross to this. So hopefully he'll see us.
So actually, in spirit of the new year, lots of just cutting out things we don't want to bring with us into the new year just happens, and it's not even on some new year, new me type of vibe because that's cringy and that's not.
I hate when people say that.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I do.
And that's not where we want to be, but we just kind of wanted to talk about like vibes and energies and things that we don't need. Can you guys kind of relate about that?
Well, I feel like I've been on the same front for at least all of my adulthood, which I guess maybe in getting married and having kids, I kind of don't have time for negative vibes.
Yeah.
If you're doing too much and you come with too much drama, I have to distance myself because I kind of don't have time. And the little bit of time that I might have to spare, I just want to be happy.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. I mean, it's not necessarily for me going into 2021, a new year, new me. However, I am working on a new me for, since the pandemic, I have been working on just looking inside myself and working on me. Not necessarily, I wasn't doing that before. It's just taking a deeper look inside myself and finding out what makes me tick. What makes me me. What do I like, what I don't like. And like you said, those negative vibes, you gotta cut some of that off. I have to realize I can't let some stuff slide. The stuff that I've been letting slide has been detrimental to me, or it just does not move me. So I have to make sure that I fix it. I gotta nip it in the bud, and sometimes that's not always easy. Some people don't like when you put up boundaries. That's a big thing with me now is boundaries, and learning how to just like put up my safe wall. I call the safe wall like what is what am I going to allow and what I'm not going to allow. And some people won't like that because they're used to what you've been allowing. And when you're trying to put up that safe wall, that causes friction. But it's all out of love, and those people who are rocking with you are going to be there. And that's what I'm finding out. You know, those people who care about you are going to be there, and they're going to understand. I mean, that's not going to be easy, but the journey is always worth it. So I'm definitely going into 2021 with myself as the focus, myself and my son as the focus. And if it's not benefiting me or my son or my mental health or anything of that nature, then I can't rock with it, because life is too short. And like she just said, I just want to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Above everything else, I want to be at peace and happy. And peace of mind is worth $1 million. I'm telling you, a peace of mind is worth gold. So I take that over the glitz and the glamour of anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to kind of piggyback off of that, have you ever spoken to someone and anytime they call, you're just expecting drama or whatever, and sometimes you can't even really blame them for it, but you're speaking to them and they're unloading all this stuff on you and getting that off, and they feel a little better about it, but then it's like all on you now. I'm a big believer on a transfer of energy. So now you're holding all that. It may be keeping you up at night, it may not, but you still hear that and just digest it, and it may make you feel a certain way. So I've learned to not feel bad for just kind of putting these people on a back burner or anything like that. And also, I know like we say good vibes kind of like a joke, but it is so true. Like good vibes change not only your whole day, but your whole perspective. So just having that cutoff where if you don't want to deal with it, just don't feel guilty about it. And also just don't bring that along with you into the new year. So in a sense, I get that new year, new me, if that's what it means, like trying not to be cringy. But other than that, like I can totally relate. And I know we haven't really spoke on blocking that much, but just for me, like blocking is not a thing like I go to just out of nowhere. It's not something that I have like a pastime in doing, but if it comes to it where I need to either block that person because it's just messing up with my harmony, my inner peace.
Toxic.
Right. Then I'll do it. It typically doesn't come to that, but if I need to do it, I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel like, oh my god, I have to block this person because there's just like such a movement in my life. Like it's not even about that. It's just maybe I just don't want you to reach out to me.
Sometimes
that's all it is.
Sometimes you have to check yourself. And it's not all us, you know, sometimes you have to look at the situation like, do I need to check myself? You know what I mean? Because sometimes you might be coming in too hot. You know what I mean? You might be creating your own storm. You know what I mean? So, like she just mentioned, I'm big on that now with the boundaries thing where somebody can call you and unload their whole day or drama and everything, and you weren't ready for it. So now I'm in the habit of practicing. Like if I have a bad day or something, I need to vent to somebody before I unload on somebody. Hey, what are you doing? Are you available? You know what I'm saying? Because somebody might not be in that headspace that day. I might not be in the space to where I can take on your drama, and I already had drama. So you have to be conscious of your own self and think about, are they willing to be available to me? Because that's not fair. That's not fair for me to unload my drama onto you. And what if you had a bad day? I don't know if you were with your kids that day, if you had a bad news that day. I don't know. I'm coming in hot. So that's also where I'm checking myself, but I'm also checking those who are coming into my space, because now I have to be like, no, as soon as I see a text message, nah, not today.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. I cannot do it. Because if not, then you unloaded that all to me. Now I'm sitting for the rest of my night thinking about whatever, or trying to come up with a solution for your problem, but my situation is on the back burner. And it's not that it's saying that my situation is better than yours or anything else. It's just my peace is, I'm responsible for my own happiness, my own peace, and I have to be conscious of that, and I have to make sure that I'm not projecting anything, any harmful vibes or negative vibes onto anybody else, because you don't want to be detrimental to nobody else. So sometimes you gotta look inside yourself and check yourself. Sometimes that's necessary.
And a lot of people don't do that. I do recommend, before you call to vent to somebody, ask how they are first before you unload everything.
Yeah.
Don't just jump on the phone and just be like, drama.
Yep.
Ask how they are, get a vibe for what they're going through before you unleash all of your stuff. Not saying that we're not willing to hear what, whatever you have going on, but it would be nice for you to check before you start unleashing a lot, because sometimes I have a lot of bad days depending on, what's going on and everything.
But you don't know it.
Right. And because you're my friend, I'm going to listen to you, of course. But on the back burner, I'm kind of like, I have my stuff and your stuff now. So definitely just check up on your friends
and
first.
And it's not your obligation to let nobody know what you're, like, and it's not my obligation for you to say, yo, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. It's just, that's what I'm working on. But let me work through whatever I got going through. And sometimes, friends, we all have friends who might get distant. Just check on your friends. If your friend you haven't heard from them in a week or two, hey, you good? Don't take it for, don't always take it as your friend is just trying to be shady. And, you know what I mean? Sometimes they're going through something.
Busy.
Sometimes they are. And I mean, communication is everything. You know what I'm saying? Even with your relationships, whether it's personal, intimate, you need to talk. Open up your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed, and that's with any aspect, with your friends and your family and everything. What if you thinking like, oh, like if she don't call us and be like, oh, she trying to be shady, she not talking to me. What if she was really in a bad space and she really wanted us to reach out? You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't know that. So
sitting back waiting.
Well, that's the good thing about us, because we have been in instances like that where we realized after the fact that one of us needed somebody to communicate, or both of us to communicate. And the good thing about you guys is that we are great communicators with each other. So I have no qualms about voicing my opinion or what I need at the moment. And you guys just jump right on it. So that is a good thing about that. But we're going to brush on relationships and friendships maybe, in a future episode.
Are we ready?
We don't want to get too deep right now, but stay tuned. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little bell button so that you get a notification every time that we post a video. And we will see you guys next week. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Cheers!
Drink responsibly. I thought it was so good. This is one of the best times we've had. It's only
I feel like when we kept on talking, we probably could have gave
We could have just.
this. What has to tell this? You hear me?
Did it stop?